Welcome to Miss Rowe Classroom. Today we will cover Chapter 4 from Vistas, The Enemy by Pearl S. Buck. Dr. Sadao Hoki, a skilled Japanese surgeon, discovers an injured American soldier washed ashore near his home during World War II. Despite the risk of being seen as a traitor, Sadao decides to treat the man, guided by his duty as a doctor. His wife, Hana, helps him even though they both fear the consequences of harboring an enemy. Sadao grapples with his loyalty to Japan and moral responsibility to save a life. As the soldier recovers, Sadao plans a way for him to escape safely, illustrating the tension between human compassion and national duty in times of conflict. Let's shift to setting and characters. The story is set during World War II on the Japanese coast. Dr. Sadao Hoki is a prominent Japanese surgeon who is central to the narrative. Hana, Sadao's wife, plays a crucial role in the story. The setting is primarily Sadao's home, which becomes the backdrop for the unfolding conflict. Let's begin with the chapter. Sadao reflects on his childhood and his father's emphasis on education and Japan's future. His father's strict nationalist ideals shape Sadao's sense of duty. Sadao was sent to America by his father to study surgery and medicine. He gained fame for his skills as a surgeon and scientist, particularly for his innovations in wound care. He is not sent with troops during the war due to his importance as a doctor. Sadao and Hana discover an injured American prisoner of war washed ashore. They face an immediate dilemma: save the man as a doctor or surrender him to the authorities as an enemy. Both are initially repulsed by the sight of the injured man, reflecting their ingrained prejudices. Sadao acknowledges that the man is a white American sailor, recognizing the potential danger. The couple debates whether to return the man to the sea or provide medical aid. They weigh the potential consequences of harboring an enemy or turning him over to the authorities. Moving further, Sadao and Hana wrestle with their moral responsibilities versus their national loyalty. Sadao's duty as a doctor clashes with his patriotism, creating internal and external conflict. They temporarily bring the wounded man into their home, intending to inform the authorities later. They also fear repercussions for helping an enemy. Sadao identifies a gunshot wound on the American and decides to operate, risking severe consequences. Hana assists, despite her revulsion, highlighting their commitment to the Hippocratic Oath. Hana struggles with fear and hatred towards the enemy prisoner. She is torn between her fear of the enemy and her moral obligation to help. While focusing on his surgical duties, Sadao momentarily overlooks the man's status as an enemy. Hana notices deep red scars on the man's neck, which leads to questions about his past and adds to the tension surrounding his presence, possibly indicating torture or previous captivity. Sadao removes the bullet, taking a professional interest in the challenge, revealing his clinical detachment. Sadao successfully performs the surgery, though the man expresses pain and concerns about internal injuries. The couple remains conflicted about what to do next, struggling with the implications of their decision. Moving further, we discover that the servants are uneasy and eventually leave, demonstrating the broader societal rejection of aiding an enemy. Sadao and Hana's isolation grows, emphasizing their moral stand against cultural expectations. The story continues with the couple grappling with the ethical and practical challenges of harboring an enemy soldier. Sadao considers informing the authorities but hesitates, recognizing the likely death sentence for the prisoner. They face increasing tension, particularly concerning the potential repercussions from the authorities and their moral doubts. Sadao informs the general about the American seeking guidance. The general promises to send assassins to deal with the prisoner, but later forgets due to his own medical issues. The general summons Sadao to perform an emergency operation on his gallbladder. The urgency of the operation prevents Sadao from following up on the general's promise to send assassins. Realizing he can't bear the strain any longer, Sadao arranges for the American to escape. He provides the man with a boat, supplies, and instructions for safety on a nearby island. With Sadao's help, the American successfully escapes to a nearby island, waiting for a Korean fishing boat. When questioned by the general, Sadao maintains that the prisoner escaped. Having forgotten his promise to deal with the prisoner due to his health condition, the general assures Sadao of his continued loyalty. Sadao realizes that his safety is assured because he serves the general. Sadao reflects on the broader implications of his actions, recalling past prejudices and experiences with Americans. He wonders why he couldn't kill the man, indicating his deep-seated ethical conflict and the humanity that ultimately guided his actions. He finds some personal peace knowing the prisoner is safe while still grappling with the complexities of his decision. Now let's shift to the theme present in the chapter. The chapter revolves around humanity versus duty or patriotism. Dr. Sadao Hoki faces a moral dilemma when he finds an enemy soldier washed ashore. As a doctor, he must save lives, but as a Japanese citizen during the war, he is expected to turn the enemy over. The story explores the conflict between moral responsibility and patriotism, showing how empathy and compassion sometimes go against societal expectations. To conclude, Sadao's decision to save the American prisoner, even when it could cost him dearly, shows us that compassion can cross even the deepest divides. It challenges us to think about what we would do in his shoes. Would we risk everything to help an enemy or follow society's rules? The story gives us a lot to ponder about the nature of empathy, prejudice, and the difficult choices we might face in life. So as we end this video, consider this. Sometimes doing the right thing isn't easy, but it's what defines us as humans. This concludes the explanation of Pearl S. Buck's The Enemy. Please visit our website www.mroclassroom.com for summaries, character sketches, themes, vocabulary, MCQs, important passages, and question and answers for Class 12 English chapters or poems, including extract-based questions. Stay tuned. We meet again to discuss Robert Frost's poem, A Roadside Stand. If you like the content, please subscribe, like, comment, and share the video. Bye-bye.